Okay, it's a little after 8:30, and we're going to get started with this open house for J122, critical issues in communication, written and oral communication, crime scenes. So I'm going to go ahead and get started with you. Let me go and share my screen. Okay, this is not what I want to do. This is what I want to do. Wrong course. Let's go into the summer. There we go. There we go. Okay. So anyway, I am Professor Richard Wright. You see my face there up in the corner. You see it also in the picture here. Gives my phone number is 630-660-8480, and that's how you can reach me. And you can call me, text me, or email me any hour of the day except the 25th hour of the day. That's the rules that I have. Students can reach out to me and be able to get help. I also want to remind you that this course is a little different. We don't focus on APA in any of our assignments, really, except week 4. Week 4, remind that you're required to conduct research for this week 4 written assignment, hostage. That means that the sole source cannot be the textbook. You'll lose 2 points for failure to do that. And also include APA citations in the body and references at the end. Someone has already asked in your written assignments that you have this week, do you have to? And my answer is not necessarily, but if you do, no problem, but you won't lose points. So do please provide a cover sheet. But in this course, APA is not really that important except for that week 4 assignment. Because our biggest issue, we'll be dealing with a police report, and we'll deal with oral communication in law enforcement. So anyway, these are a few things that can help you to find information. You won't be using this a whole lot. Tutoring, you won't really need all of this for this class, but you can still keep this in mind for any subjects or any problems that you have. So then let's take a look at our lecture. This is our address, the same one that we use for every class. And remind you that our open house is tonight at 8:30 to about 9:30 or whenever we conclude. We usually conclude before that. The live lectures will take place every other Thursday, which is next week, 8:30 to 9:30 p.m. Weeks 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. You can always remember even weeks. Okay, and then there's some student resources that can help you if you click on this link. But I do want to go right to our welcome announcement. Our welcome announcement tells you the things that you should do, reminds you of our lecture schedule as well. Okay. Our week 1 announcement. This is the announcement. Let's close that one down. Okay, let's open this one. Okay, this is your week 1 announcement. Every week you will have an announcement. And we're going to cover basics of criminal justice communication, chapters 1 and 2 of written and interpersonal communication and reported in writing, sections 2, parts A through C. And then there's a section that's under the lessons tab, a case of police communication and police officer communicating. And then your written assignment by police communicate, that initial post is due tomorrow by 11:59 p.m. Central Standard Time. Starting next week, though, all initial posts are due on Tuesdays by 11:59 p.m. Central Standard Time. Then the reply post will be due on Saturday and will remain on Saturday throughout the course. Make sure that when you submit your initial post and reply post that you've satisfied the rubric that I've provided for you. If you are late, you will lose a point for each day that you are late. Be aware of the fact that I encourage you to reply to as many posts as possible. You won't receive any additional credit, but it helps to make the discussion forum very informative, and it helps you to learn about what your classmates are thinking, and it forms a connection between you guys since you're dealing with each other all over the country, because you're all over the country since you're on the internet. The other thing is that you will find that if you don't have a post in during that week, it won't be accepted the following week because it has to be contemporaneously with the discussion forum. We'll be discussing that in a minute, a little bit more in detail. So again, I encourage you to reply to as many posts as possible. Finally, your written assignment, CJ Career Goals, and then complete your quiz, CJ Writing Skills Quiz. You're going to discover in this class that there's a lot of grammatical stuff involved, and you're going to discover during the course of my lectures why it is so important for you to be accurate with your grammar and present yourself as a professional. And so we want to bring that to your attention so that you're conscious of this in preparing your written assignments, so that you will also be conscious of this when you become a law enforcement professional or whatever professional in criminal justice that you decide, so that your reports, which you will be writing reports, will be professional. That includes your grammar, spelling, and accuracy and dates, times, and places. But we'll talk more about that in the coming weeks. Your open house tonight, and then my motto, adversity is a springboard to success. I will be sharing more about that probably next week. So explaining to you why I can tell you about that and how important it is and what it has done for me. Okay, let's go to our syllabus. Take a look at the syllabus. Syllabus has my name, my phone number, my email address. You could use richard.wright or richard.wright2@rasmussen.edu. Either one, I'll get it. This is a reminder of what I just told you already about week 4. So let's move right on down to the requirements. So your discussions, every week you will have an initial post and a reply post that are required, a minimum of 1 reply post. You will receive 20 points for your discussion post, 10 for your initial post, 10 for your reply post, for a total of 220, or discussion posts are pretty big. See the percentage there? So it's important that you do them and do them well, and make sure that you have followed my rubric. Discussion assignments, 150 points, or a total of 27.8. Your course project is 100 points, or 18%. Your quizzes, 70 points, for a total of 540 points. That would put you right here in the A category. Now, my goal is, and in this course, people do pretty well in it, to get you to A and B. I encourage you not to ask me how to become a C student, because I won't answer that question. I refuse to answer it because I don't prepare C students. I prepare students to get A's and B's, honor roll and dean's list. I prefer Dean's List, but you know what I mean. At any rate, there are times when a student has asked me, how do I get a C? I won't answer that because I can't help you to get a C. And I don't want you to get in that mindset because in terms of employment opportunities or succeeding in the career that you choose, you want to be the best. You don't want to be mediocre. Mediocrity doesn't help you. Particularly in the tight job market, you want to be the best, and you want to aim for the best. And that's the goal that I set, and that's how high I set the bar for my students. And with following all the things that I share with you, or asking questions when you run into a problem, which I already told you the rules about that, then you will be okay. Now, during the course of this course, we will deal once again with our transferable skills. Transferable skills are so important that the college has determined that we want you to graduate from this institution with the following transferable skills that will be very, very valuable to you in your careers. Communication. You know that communication is critical. Of course, that's the name of this course. And so we're going to help you with your written and oral communication because it is very important that you present yourself as a professional in your written oral communication. Critical thinking. Critical thinking comes in pretty much in your writing. You won't do a lot of critical thinking writing-wise here because you will do one written assignment that really involves critical thinking. But we do want you to be in the habit of operating with your own thoughts and your own observations. You're going to learn in this class that critical thinking will apply as a law enforcement officer, as any criminal justice professional that you choose to undertake. Digital fluency. Everything's digital. When I was coming up, we didn't have any of that. But be aware that you have to be able to use the resources digitally. You have to be able to, we teach you how to log in the classes, you learn how to use Blackboard, you learn how to use research tools, you learn how to use Outlook, you learn how to use the Excel spreadsheets, you learn how to use a lot of different tools. Everything's digital now. And there are so many resources out here. Everybody has a smartphone. Everybody has a either an iPad or either an Android pad. Of course, you have laptops and all those things. It is important that you be able to be fluent in this digital world that we're in today because that's how you'll operate in the real world as well. Diversity, recognizing the fact that there are people from different backgrounds and that you want to respect those individuals. You're going to deal with people as law enforcement, and you're going to learn to communicate with people in various languages, various ways. Even if you don't speak the language, you're going to still learn how to respect them for who they are. You're also going to learn this as law enforcement particularly, that you're going to be dealing with bad people many times, but you still have to respect who they are. And then you're going to have to operate on the basis of sensitivity and those of you who take the skills classes that you take up in Minnesota, important to understand the importance of how to survive and operate as a law enforcement officer. Anyway, the bottom line is you'll be dealing with people from all ethnic backgrounds. In this class, people will have different views that they present, different positions. Respect them, even if you don't agree. If you decide you want to respond, don't respond in a negative fashion. Respond in a way, support your positions, and recognize that we don't want anyone's feelings hurt in this class. Teamwork, everybody you're going to discover quickly. There are assignments that talk about the fact that you operate as a team. In this course, you will learn that you work with detectives, you work with forensics, you work with other individuals that are involved. You worked with the fire as well, EMTs, and you just name it. It's always going to be teamwork. So we want to make sure that you're capable of working on a team. Ethics, extremely, extremely, extremely important. Law enforcement is under attack because there's some ethical issues. I can tell you, and we'll talk about this in coming weeks, that your reports should be accurate based upon the scenario. And you know what, I'm going to tell you something. What happens at the scene? Right now, I can tell you right now here in Chicago area, there are police officers who are going to jail or who have been indicted because their reports were written in such a fashion to cover up what really happened, and then the videos contradicted the reports, and the officers have been indicted for submitting false reports. So you have to, you know, this business of the code of silence and all these other things, you got to put those out the window. You have to do a professional job, and you have to do what is proper and right. Professional responsibility goes right along with that as well. So we want to make sure that you understand the responsibilities of your organization, your department, or whoever you work for. Information literacy, there's information out here. You need to be able to learn how to research. You need to be able to provide the information that is necessary to do a good job in whatever area that you decide to work in. So all these skills, we work with you to get you prepared for your future careers. Okay. Late assignments, as it tells you right here, up to 7 weeks, 7 days rather. This is my third lecture of the evening, so I'm going to make it through. But at any rate, after 7 days, the assignment really is failing because you lose 10% each day. And you want to make sure that you get your assignments in. Late posts, as I have stated before, are not accepted after the week of the post discussion post forum is over. You will get a 0. And it says that right here, online discussion conclude at the end of the week's module. Discussion posts made after the due date will not be accepted. Or you will get a note saying that they may be good if they're good, but then you will be told why you won't get points for it. Regarding written assignments, though, I have the power, though, to waive late penalties in extenuating circumstances. That's why it behooves you to keep in the loop with me. Keep communicating with me if you run into a problem, whatever it is. Try me and see if I will, you know, understand. I am pretty flexible when it comes to helping our students, but at the same time, don't try to take advantage of my flexibility because of the fact that I have a policy that I want students to do the work, but tell me the truth. Again, that gets back to the ethical aspects of it. So now we come down to the academic integrity policy. That gets back to the ethics. Make sure that you haven't done any of this. You won't really run into this too much in this class, again, as I said. So, plagiarism. And that's it for the syllabus. Let's take a look at the calendar. Okay, and then you want to find out a deadline, check your course calendar. It's available to you under your tab for calendars, and it tells you everything you need to know about your written assignments and those kind of things. Notice that your reading assignments are due on Mondays, but you know, we started Wednesday this first week. So starting week 2, and that your initial posts are due Tuesday, then your reply post. So next week at this same time, we will have a live lecture for consisting of what is involved in week 2. Okay, and each week 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10, as I said earlier. So let's look at week 1. Again, the assignment, your discussion posts, and then your written assignment. Try to take the time to give me some good information. Don't just some students throw a paragraph together. Give me some, you know, help me to understand. I'm trying to learn about you and your career goals, okay? And then, of course, your quiz, all right? Okay, let's go back now to the final section here. Under the Lesson tab. So your assignments, again, that I gave you, reading. And then we're going to talk a few minutes about these two, case of communication and police officer communicating. We've already discussed these items here. So, communication. It talks about the case of John Doe, and it talks about, and then you know you will discuss and think about in your mind, what did you learn from this scenario? How you move from the crime scene to the conviction. A lot of people have a lot of communicating and writing to do. You're going to be doing that. And communication, the definition of what it is. There is no place in the criminal justice field for creative writing. Notice this. Listen, because we deal with the facts. A professional must have the knowledge and skill to ensure that the report is based on facts and that the grammar and things of that nature are correct. Remember that. That is so important. We'll elaborate more in the weeks to come. And then here we're going to talk about, you know, you're dealing with the basics of criminal justice communication, oral, you know, we're going to have lectures coming up about how to, you know, present yourself in oral communication in a professional fashion, how to deal with suspects, victims, and other individuals in a professional fashion. And then the biggest part is your police reports. Remember, I've already said your grammar, your spelling, and writing style will be important in your police reports. Whether it was a traffic ticket or a legal memorandum, the professional must have the writing skills to report the facts as presented. Accurate. Each step of the process will report from the previous step. So you're going to find out and that you're going to be called to testify to the accuracy of the reports, and you're going to have to communicate with all kinds of people, public defenders, you're going to defense attorneys, prosecutors, offenders, your superiors and other court personnel, the judges, the court reporters, the sheriffs and other officers, witnesses and victims, just to name a few that you'll deal with. So that's about it for this week. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me, and I do look forward to seeing you next Thursday at 8:30 for the lecture for our week 2. So I'm going to say good night.